What have we here? It's a low-rent, high-crime apartment building. You are in the ugly, smelly, rat-infested alley behind Wino Willy's. It doesn't look anywhere near as good as the original. Uninspiring, non-artistic, illiterate graffiti. The tenant of this apartment seems to have opened the window to get some air. The quality of the air in this area, though, makes this a futile gesture. You wonder if the laundry stays clean while it's drying, considering all the pollution and the pigeons. Nice BVDs. What is a BVD? Size 38DD. Above this, they stop counting. Bonds. Yeah, we're seeing a different side to Sonny Bonds here, I think. I mean, Steve was saying that we've never had a woman or her else, and we need to call 1-900 numbers. But then we have that comment about the handcuffs. I mean, unless Sonny was experimenting with himself, I don't understand where this is all going. Who knows what goes on behind the grimy upstairs windows of Wino Willy's. The roof of Wino Willy's is a meeting place for junkies, muggers, hookers, young lovers, and pigeons. The world-famous giant beer mug that marks the back entrance to Wino Willy's. One of the major amusement attractions of Lytton, it is almost as well loved as the world-famous talking bear that used to sit out in front of the Lytton Police Academy. Game's definitely taking a piss. Even if you could see through the greasy panes of Wino Willy's window, you really wouldn't want to. Trust us on this one. A puke green dumpster overflows with all kinds of nasty, odoriferous garbage. Lots of disgusting garbage is lying around the alley. A water-stained, partially collapsed cardboard box. Someone call Snake. Two unsavory types are sucking face by the Wino Willy's entrance. If it weren't for the fact that they seem to be wearing matching rags, you'd think the young lady had been hired for the occasion. Jesus, Soddy. Come on. That is your unconscious bias speaking. The building is made of cheap brick. Better hope an earthquake never hits. Around California, it's going to happen at some point. You can't jump that high, Bonds. You can't reach the window. Find something better to do. Let the citizens have their privacy, officer. You have better things to do, officer. Leave the civilians' laundry alone. Yeah, it looks like it's hanging from the top. How do you even do that? I don't live in a part of the world where this sort of sight would be very common. Hell, I've never seen it. I don't know how you'd hook that up between one building and another in an efficient way where you can actually get the washing to dry without, having it stolen or completely lost. You have your own, Bonds. Jeez, Bonds, don't touch it. It probably has fleas. This game's nasty. If you crawl around in that vile-smelling dumpster, Bonds, no one will come near you for the rest of the day. Have some self-respect, man. Sounds like my idea of paradise, just being left alone. You shouldn't pick up trash, Bonds. There are rats in this locale, and you could easily get bitten. Or worse. You don't have time to pick up garbage, Bonds. You're a cop. What do you think this is? EcoQuest? This was 1992. I'm struggling to think if that is a video game reference or maybe a reference to like a campaign in America or something. Not sure about that one either. Alright, can I touch these, sir? Though this PDA really revolts you, you prudently decide not to interrupt their makeout session. Young, poor, oversexed hoodlums tend to get territorial. PDA, I knew that game, but whatever. The way the music kicked in there. Excuse me, you two. They don't respond. It's impossible to tell whether they actually didn't hear you, since they are making some noise of their own, or whether they're purposefully ignoring you. I'm going to assume the latter if that's okay, game. I'm going to assume the latter. Pardon me, would you two care to break it up? I wasn't aware there was a law against this. You hear only slurping in response. You decide to drop this particular interaction. Personally disgusted as you may be by this behaviour, public displays of affection are not federal offences. Holster your weapon, Bonds. Simply having the gun as your active inventory item. Oh, okay, that's, I was trying to go somewhere dark with that, but that is actually something. Simply having the gun as your active inventory item is sufficient to consider it drawn. Curious. It is the portal to Wino Willy's. Let's open the portal then. We don't need to be here yet, very clearly. Okay, the jukebox is here. Actually, you know what? I don't see anyone in here. Let's just leave. I've done enough reading of locations for now, so we're going to come back here at some point. We'll check out that later on. For now, let's just hit the streets again. We don't have a defined objective. Oh, did I need to walk around my car? I hope not. I don't think so. Alright, let's just cruise the streets for a bit. Pass by the highway exit. If I was fast, I could get up there, but again, you see it, you click the button, and by that point, it's already way too late. There was absolutely no need in the original game to get on Highway 41, and just quietly, I'm expecting it to be the same case here. But we'll see. Maybe the game will surprise us. Okay, I have a horrible feeling I may need to be at one specific place on the map. Somewhere very specific where an event will occur. So what I might do now is turn left here, cut across. My initial plan was to just go around the edges here, but maybe that's not good enough. Let me turn left here, go down here and see what happens. Heading down Peach. We're just cruising the streets, looking for anyone committing crimes. Yeah, I wondered why we were slowing down. You barely stop in time to see an incredibly honey blonde blow through the intersection at warp 9. Alright. Need to switch on the siren and give chase. And save. I assume this is Helen Hots. With a flush of anticipation, and an impending sense that your shyness is going to ruin a potentially mind-altering encounter, you pull over the speeding woman. Sonny, you're a professional, behave like a professional. I don't see the red car on the map here, so we pretty much need to do like a reflex response here. Right, lights are on, the siren's off, that's good. Well, let's have a look around before we perform the bust. It's your patrol car. It's grey. It's concrete. It's the sidewalk. It's one of the streets you patrol. This is one of the nicer ones. It's the entrance to the market. I imagine we definitely can't go inside there. It's Tony's Market, a hothouse greengrocer. All kinds of fresh produce are displayed in front of the markets. The window shades are pulled. You can't see inside. Why would we even be looking at this? It's a sign for one of newer businesses in town, Frankie's Shoes. They've got a good location. That sentence has a word missing. Nice windows. Too bad the place will probably be closed in 6 months like every other small business that pops up in this town. Sonny is just a pessimist. I mean, he's probably not wrong, but wow. This is a weird sentence. The red awning shields the upper crust shoppers in this part of town from such indelicate weather as sun and rain. You do notice one pair of shoes which would work as babe killers during your off hours, but not at $125 a pair. And that's 1987's money as well. That's expensive. A fire hydrant for upscale poodles to hose down. Alright, let's take a look at this car. What you wouldn't do for a car like this one. Right. On your salary, it'd take you a year just for the down payments. Bonds, concentrate, look at the license plate, please. Nothing. Alright. That would be more effective if you were out of your patrol car. Alright. Bonds, be professional. That won't do anything helpful. Do I have a notebook? No, it's just a ticket book here. Can I use the radio? There we go. Dispatch, this is 8332. Run once on plate number AWYLD1. It's not OHMYMG. Plate number AWYLD1 registered to one Tawny V Helmets. No wants, no warrants. Tawny V Helmets, that is new. Let's writing that down. It's not Helen Hots. My world has been shattered. Tawny V Helmets. Alright, let's face the music, figuratively and literally. Your knees turn to water as a gorgeous young woman locks eyes with you. Her sweet, full lips curve into a smile that could turn ice water to steam. She lowers her eyelids and whispers, I'm not doing that voice. I'm not doing that voice. G'day, officer. Have I done something wrong? I have no comments. You open your mouth and discover your throat has gone dry. You clear it in a manly way and say, You ran a stop sign back there, miss. Can I have a picture? I mean, can I see your driver's license? Jesus, Sonny. She hands you her license, brushing your fingers with hers, and says, "My name's Tawny. What's yours, officer?" "Bonds. Sonny Bonds. I'm a policeman." You cringe at the colossally stupid words that just spilled from your mouth. But Tawny doesn't laugh at you. She just smiles that smile and says, "I'm so sorry, officer. I just didn't see that stop sign. I'm so embarrassed. I promise I'll never do it again. Please don't give me a ticket." Yeah, you know what? That's fair. That is fair. This isn't Lunatic Cop. It's Police Quest. Stop acting like a jerk. So I didn't do this in the first game, but I do wonder if I can just walk off here. What is this music? I can't tell if this music's going to transform very shortly into something great, or whether it's just going to be this weird, creepy... This almost sounds like endgame music. And maybe it's appropriate because maybe our career is about to come to an end. Like, are we about to get a cranky call from dispatch, perhaps? Yeah, I don't approve of this music at all. Right, we're not immediately failing, and again, I did read just before starting this recording that there are no dead ends in this game, so maybe it's just going to end in a reprimand or something when we get back to the police station. For now, though, we definitely need to take a look at this license. If it's in our inventory, it is not. "Please, Officer Bonds, I can't afford a ticket. I'll be lucky if I can make my rents this month." Looking at the beautiful classic T-Bird, you seriously doubt if that's true. Good observation, Bonds. Tawny is batting her lips at you. She bites her lip and says, "Please? I'll never do it again. I promise." As you look at that beautiful mouth, you freeze up like a jack-lighted deer. Tawny apparently takes your stunned, puma expression for stony cop determination. She looks straight into your eyes and says, I don't like this sentence. She looks straight into your eyes. She's doing it all the time. "Please, Officer Sonny. I'll do anything if you let me go. Anything." She looks at you meaningfully. Your vitals turn to jello. "We're here to do a job." "That's improper procedure. Try a different approach." Do I have to use the pen on the book, maybe? There we go. Mustering all your willpower to stare down at your ticket book, you shakily make out a ticket. Alright, well, the ticket is here, but we can't actually look at it. Are you going to give Tawny a ticket or just a warning? She ran a stop sign. It is our job to ticket people who run stop signs. I mean, she could have killed us. And we've killed ourselves multiple times and probably gotten other people killed as well, and we deserve a ticket as well, so we're giving her a ticket. "I'm sorry, miss, but running stop signs is very dangerous. I'd like to let you off with a warning, but I can't." And this music switch. As you write out the ticket, a strange transformation comes over Tawny. It's pretty scary. Just when you think her face couldn't get any redder, she starts to scream. What is this music? "You little Nazi! All you care about is making your quota. You don't care about people. You just joined the force so you could carry a gun and feel like a man. You worthless little sack of brass buttons. Get your butt out of my sight, Officer Scummy Bonds." Yeah, she doesn't look anywhere near as attractive now, does she? "If you think I'm going to pay a red cent of this ticket, You're dead wrong. What's your badge number? I'm going to report you for harassment. They're going to hang your butt out to dry. By the time I'm through with you, you won't be able to get a job as a rent-a-cop at a trailer park. Go on. Beat it, you stupid piece of white trash. Get out of my sight. You're calling us white trash? Have a nice day, miss. Shove it, pig. Damn, son. Alright, so we've blown any chance we had with her, and rightfully so. Okay, she's gorgeous, but isn't that just a tad unprofessional? Leave me alone. Can I shoot her now? No. Could I nightstick her? Radio maybe? That's not a proper application for your radio extender. Right, well, we've done our deed. We've given her the tickets. The way the music switched there was very strange. I suppose I can check this place out. Do your shopping some other time, officer. Shop for shoes another time, Bonds. You don't have time to buy fruits and veggies right now, Bonds, but your mother would be proud of you. Yeah, I imagine we can't walk up here. That's right. Go on back to your sty, pig. Go roll around in the mud with your good old boy pals. Kiss your job goodbye, pig. Oink, oink, oink. It's times like this that make you wonder why you bother. You're doing your job. You're trying to discourage reckless driving. Sometimes it seems it'd be a lot easier to let these people kill themselves off. Ain't that the truth? Oh, what's going on there? Alright, so quick observation on this. We have the horrible music coming up. And yeah, that might have been Scum VM. That might have just been a bug, similar to what we saw in Space Quest 6 back in the day. Don't know. It's okay though. I'll get over it. Whatever this music is, I definitely do not like it. This is not what I would call cool driving music. It's the sort of music we'd maybe hear just as we're about to do a drug bust or something. '8332, we have a complaint at Caffeine Carol's, Oak Street between 6th and 7th. Please investigate. Alright, we're just turning right here, so I've got to do a U-ey and then go up. This is going to be the bikers parked outside. Yeah, I'm genuinely curious as to what would happen if we had only given her a warning, or just left the scene. I imagine Dooley would reprimand us for sure. But if it's true about this game having no dead ends, then it still should be possible for us to complete the game, transfer to narcotics maybe, if that is a thing. It just means we wouldn't get as many points, I guess. 8332, please respond to complaints at Caffeine Carol's. Repeat, please respond to complaints at Caffeine Carol's. I'm on my way. I've just got to stop for these pesky stop signs. Unlike Tawny. Alright, we need to hang a left. There are the bikes. These aren't your weekend rider type bikes. If anything, they're bad news. The real question is, can we kick them over? Rather than attempt to remove the bikes yourself, it would be more efficient to find the owners and convince them to make other parking arrangements. Is there generally something wrong with how they park here? Other than, you know, blocking the road? Like, is this intended to be a one-lane road? Because if so, we could say that they're just parked on the side and we can drive around them. Alright, let's have a chat to Carol and see what she thinks about the whole situation. Hello, Carol. I got a call stating that you want me to check something out. What's the problem? Sonny, it's those bikes out front. They're always there, you know. They weren't there on our first visit. Not only can't my customers park their cars, but they're starting to think we've got those kind of people frequenting my place of business. They're getting scared to come in at all. Can you do something, Sonny? Well, they're legally parked. That answers my question, but I'll see what I can do. I suppose the owners are around here somewhere. Please do what you can, Sonny. Those kind of people are a menace to decent folk like us. You're a sweetheart. Gosh, if the department only allowed you to accept gifts, I'd give you one of those nice big lemon meringue pies over there in the pie case. But I don't want to break any bribery laws or nothing. Sure, Carol, whatever you say. Really, honey, my heart's in the right place. I just don't want to get into trouble, that's all. Whatever you say, Carol. Well, I'll go see what I can do. Oh, honey, we've seen that. I was about to read that again, but we've seen that. Alright, they are legally parked and there's nothing wrong with it. She just sort of objects to bikes being outside her place all the time. Oh boy. Five of them. Please move your motorcycles. You're interfering with the business next door. Well, if it ain't Little Boy Blue. Hey, Little Boy Blue. How'd you like me to help you swallow your tongue? Then you'd really be blue. Come to Papa, piggy. Hoo-wee! Let's get the little piggy. It's right to hell all over again. Let's make a save. Do we need to use a nightstick here? I can't move, so let's just wait a couple of seconds and just see if anything happens. Yahoo! It's barbecue time. Maybe you just weren't cut out to be a cop, Sonny. Now you're the face on the barroom floor. Wait, if there are no dead ends... Here's a little tip. Standing in the middle of an explosive situation like a cabbage is not a good idea. You're now just another stain on the floor of Wino Willy's. This isn't a nature walk, Bonds. That biker meant business. This is going to have to be a closed casket funeral. I thought Wikipedia said there were no dead ends here. Maybe it just means we can't get ourselves caught in a fail state. I assume we have to use a nightstick, and if we leave the nightstick in the locker, then... I imagine this is a fail state. A police officer has to act quickly and decisively, Bonds. His life depends on it, as you can plainly see. That animation, though. Wow. Alright, let's take a quick look around here. God, that was so grim. I assume the bikers are going to clear out, so let's just take a look at those very quickly. some of Willy's patrons. You're supposed to treat everyone equally, but it's hard not to think of these people as low-life scum, the ones that give you so much grief on Friday and Saturday nights. It's Wino Willy himself. Just looking at him makes you want to take a bath in disinfectants. Look, let's not get nasty here. All I need you to do is bleed, pig boy. Your attempt at reason, however noble, has failed. It would take Willy months to clean your blood off the walls. If he bothered to do it, that is. You've become an organic work of art, Bonds. We've seen all that. Alright, I feel the need to beat you up with my... I've got to do this first. Jesus Christ! You pull your revolver and shoot the unarmed biker right between the eyes. No, we're not going to reward your violence with animation of blood and brains hitting the back wall. We can just straight up shoot him. The biker's old lady brings you up on charges and sues you and the Lytton to pieces. The Lytton Police Department for several $1 million. Internal Affairs finds you guilty. You spend the next 30 years of your life as an alcoholic shoe salesman before drowning in a puddle of rainwater in the gutter. That escalated very quickly. That was very funny the way it just went from 0 to over 9,000 like that. Killing people just isn't all it's cracked up to be. Perhaps shooting an unarmed civilian wasn't such a hot idea after all. Jesus. Alright, we are beating him up with nightstick. I'll make you eat that, pig. Oh man, oh man, oh. Hey man, we'll move the bikes, okay? We'll just do that now, okay? We're leaving. We're on our way out. Oh man, I'm gonna puke. It must have hit him in the stomach. Nice job, officer. You defused a potentially dangerous situation using a minimum of force. I mean, it's either he beats us up and we die, or we shoot him in the middle of the head and die 30 years later in a puddle of rainwater in the gutter. Also, bring that queue back. That belongs to the frigging establishment. Doesn't belong to you. Alright, so not everyone left. While these patrons... Alright, I've just saved over the game, but I do wonder if I could have looked at the bikers. Are you who I think you are? Indeed you are. Sweet cheeks, Marie Wilkins. Despite the pounds of makeup and cheap costume jewellery, Marie's smile is so warm, you feel yourself starting to squirm. You always had a crush on her in high school. And yeah, just thinking about Police Quest 3 on my off time today, I do wonder if we end up marrying her. That's going to be an awkward discussion for Police Quest 2. What have we here? Wino Willy's, the most repulsive, sleazy, low-life bar in town. Something's on the wall here. A much punctured dartboard and bent, rusted darts. Can I take the darts? Leave that alone, Sonny. You'll put your eye out. The jukebox. You suspect there's a beautiful 1959 Wurlitzer jukebox under all that dust and grime. You don't see a favourite song, Dream Cop by the Foxy Cadets, so you decide not to play anything at all. It's an ad for Bubba Beer, brewed in the hills of Bootjack, California. The sign says, no gun rack, no NRA sticker, no service. Jesus. It's a tool company's cheesy cheesecake calendar. Closer inspection reveals the date to be February 1969. Very nice. Well, that explains the girl's white lipstick and bubble hairdo, anyway. As charming as Miss February 1969 may be, an officer of the law does not take other people's property. The Bubba Beer ad won't add much to the decor of your apartment's Bonds. You don't want that, Bonds? Indeed we don't. Pinball. It's an ancient pinball machine with real rolling digit counters, lame flippers, wimpy kickers, half burned out lights, barely audible bells, and elliptical bells. What is an elliptical bell? As much as you'd love to play a rousing round of pinball, you have other things to do. It's a bench for pool spectators. Surely just stand around and watch. It's a chalkboard, probably for keeping score. Pool cues of different lengths are in the rack on the wall. I suspect there's one missing. No need to go waving pool cues around. You've been issued more intimidating equipment. Oh, come on, you can't be tired already. Definitely tired of reading. Feeling a pang of guilty pleasure, you write, Sonny B was here. That's graffiti. It's your typical over-the-pool table dust-covered green lamp. It has one flickering fluorescent bulb that makes you feel like you're in a silence movie. Yep, it's a dust-covered green pool table lamp. The pool table is covered with patches, tears, and cigarette burns. Can we play? You don't have time to play pool, Bonds. Can't grab the balls. There isn't a single patron in this bar who would sit still for being touched by a cop. Unless you count Marie, who is probably less of a patron and more of a solicitor. Oh boy. These grime-coated stools make the ones in Carol's look positively upscale. Don't even think about it. You can't afford a new uniform, Bonds, and you'd have to burn this one if you sat on that stool. Can I speak to Wino Willy? Good afternoon, Mr. Wiley. Good afternoon, officer. Can I get you anything? Willy smiles an oily smile that makes you want to wash your hands. His eyes are darting around like a paranoid poodle's. We've heard the word poodles mentioned a lot lately. Not today, thanks. Yeah, the game is referring to him as Wiley and Willy, and it's actually throwing me when I'm reading it. Alright, Sweet Cheeks Maria's here. I think we need to have a chat to her, and maybe we can ask her about the drug trade. Good cops don't, Bonds. At least, not while on GC. Alright, we'll just talk to her. Well, Marie, what's new on the street? You immediately regret phrasing your question in that particular manner. Marie doesn't seem offended, however. Tell you what, Sonny, I heard rumours about some new drug lord coming in and taking over everybody's action. The word is that he's really bad. A vicious dude, you know? But I'm not sure I buy into that. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing her voice. That is not happening. Tell you what, Sonny, I don't think that's like a common taken, maybe a southern accent. I'm not doing any accents though, not for her. What do you mean, Marie? Well, I met this guy who claims to be him. The Death Angel, I mean. His name was Kaufman or Hoffman or something. He was one weird dude, but he treated me okay. So anyway, we partied. He told me all kinds of wild stuff about how he was going to rule this town. Did you notice anything unusual about him? Did he mention any names? We're about to learn about his nipple. Marie sighs wistfully. Is she just our friend, or is she actually an informant? All business, ain't ya? All business, ain't ya, honey? This Kaufman dude was a real sharp dresser. One thing I noticed about him, he had a tattoo of a little red rose over his left nipple. It was kind of cute, actually. It's a rose now, it's not just a generic flower. Most of the stuff he said was just BS. You guys will say anything to impress a girl, won't you? Well, Marie laughs and smiles at you. Never mind, Sonny. Anyway, The only name he mentioned was some dude named Baines. First name was Josh? No, Jesse. That's right, Jesse. He didn't say much about him either. Alright, we've learned Jesse Baines' name. It was like, as soon as he realised he said the name, he shut up. Well, that's about the long and short of it, baby. Marie winks at you. Listen, Marie, you've been a big help. Let me give you a tip. We're going to be starting a sweep of local ladies of the evening. It's called Operation Trick Trap. God, I hate that name. The streets are going to be crawling with cops. You better lie low for a few days. I'd hate to see you behind bars. Alright, he's being reasonably polite here. Sonny, how sweet. Thank you for warning me. You always were the sweetest boy. I used to love to watch you laugh at those silly notes I passed you in biology. Well, listen, honey, I've got to go. I've got an appointment. Maybe see you around sometime? Please don't tell me about the nature of that appointment, please. Probably so, Marie. Take care of yourself, okay? If you want me to, Sonny, I will. There are suddenly 100 things you wish you could say to Marie, but you have business to take care of, and so does she. Yeah, that interaction was much, much better than the one in the first game, and I'm not talking about me doing a voice. They appear to clearly have some history, a good relationship going on. I do wonder if she's any kind of official police informant or whether she's just talking to us as a friend. I imagine it's the latter because what Sonny did there telling her about the operation seems highly illegal. Oh, yes I should, shouldn't I? That was a mistake. I should absolutely advise Carol about the bikers. I wonder if we lost points for that. I don't think you'll have a problem with those motorcycles anymore, Carol. I suggested to them that they find another place to park. Don't ask me about the nightstick. Oh, Sonny, that's my brave boy. Did you beat him up? Did you have to get rough with him? Carol, this is a completely inappropriate question. We did what we had to do. No rubber hose or anything, Carol. Honest. No, they were very agreeable. Correct response. Well, you're an angel. Just for that, I'll give you 10% off your next piece of pie. Only 10%? Also, do we ever eat the pie? Will the pie poison us? Thanks, Carol. Not necessary. Also, is that a bribe? Oh, you deserve it. Well, I ain't gonna make a living standing and jawing all day. Thanks again, Sonny. You bet. I do wonder if I've lost points because I went straight to the car rather than in here. Alright, let's get back out onto the streets.